What's up, guys? Hey, how are we doing? Man, I love the Triple Crown format. Yes, I know we cannot do it all the time because we would have no riders left at the end of the series. But for those few rounds that are Triple Crown, I love them. They're exciting. A lot of you guys don't like when I go negative, so at the end of this video, after I cover the 250s, turn it off. Because guess what? This sport's not all unicorns, rainbows. It's going to get ugly at the end. But before I get into that, I'm going to talk about Levi Kitchen and his flawless ride. And remember, guys, subscribe. So a lot of people have been getting unsubscribed, not on their doing. But if you click the notification button when you subscribe, you won't get unsubscribed. So I'm told. All right, guys, let's get into this.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Levi Kitchen has just looked flawless. He has found another level. Levi Kitchen is, and it's different. He's not like a lot. He's different from the regular mold of kids coming up. They didn't bring him up at 16. He finished high school, and then he took his shot at racing, and he's in his athletic prime. You really don't get there until you're 23, 24 years old. You don't get that man maturity. Guess what? Levi has it. And he's not run down. He's still relatively new to this sport. Levi, barring serious injury, is going to be able to race into his mid to late 30s competitively at the same high level he's at right now because he's not burned out. He hasn't been doing this since he's 14, 15, 16. Much like Justin Cooper, there's a different blueprint. Yes, we have the freaks like Hayden, Jet, and some of these guys that can come right out of the amateur ranks and become competitive long before they hit their athletic prime, but there's a history of just talent that probably could have waited and done this a little bit later if we had a different mindset on when these kids develop. Yes, there's going to be a few outliers, Jet, Hayden, Carmichael, Stewart. But if you just want to be a solid pro and give yourself the best opportunity, it's okay to wait until you're 20 to turn pro. It's okay to ride the 250 class a little bit later. You still save your body. You don't put that wear and tear. It's not necessarily the age that's forcing these guys to retire so soon. Look at Adam Cianciarulo. He's very young, but his body has been through the ringer. Had he been brought up slower, maybe we wouldn't see that. If you look at Levi Kitchen, he's on pace. Most likely, he's going to win this Supercross championship. Then he gets a year to defend it. So he will be 25 years old when he gets into the 450 class. That's perfect. That is perfect. He's got 10 solid years being in an athletic prime to earn money in that 450 class, and he's not done early like a lot of these guys. Some of these kids win championships at 16, 17. They go to the 450 class. We never hear from them again. They're gone. I think Levi Kitchen has a really good shot. If I was a 450 team, I would be looking at him seriously because he's a guy that maybe he won't beat Jet, but who will? But he's a guy that's going to be consistently up there on the podium in the mix with Sexton and these other guys that'll be at the top for the next 10 years. Joe Shimoda looked really good, and I bet on him, guys. I went to betonline.ag. I put some money on Joe Shimoda to get on the podium because I felt like that was a lock, and I won that bet. Just know, BetOnline is new to Supercross. You have to go to the auto racing tab, then click on Supercross. And they also marked my bet as lost. I had to actually email them and let them know, hey, listen, I went onto their live chat and I said, listen, you got this wrong. I won this bet. They quickly corrected it. That's not unheard of. I've had to do that with a William Hill, betting on fights. Sometimes there's mistakes. Cut them some slack right off the bat. I don't think it's necessarily intentional fraud. I think they have new people that don't understand quite how to grade the bets is what they call it. So bear with them while they learn it. I think it's going to be a really good thing for the sport. It was so much more exciting watching, hoping for Cooper Webb to get on the podium to win my bet, or hoping for Joe to make sure he gets on the podium to get, for my bet. It's more exciting. We are going after emotional attachment to the sport and the riders. Many of us have it, but many of us don't. And if you want to get your family members or people that are kind of casual fans more involved, put $5 on a rider to get on the podium. And trust me, it makes it more exciting. Hey guys, Coach Rob is working on sweat analysis. If you go over to CompleteRacingSolutions.com, check out, when they do their drinks, the energy fuel, they formulate them specifically for you based on how much you sweat and how much you need to replenish. Coach is opening a whole new level of athletic performance using science, because Coach is one of the smartest guys I know. He's got the degrees to back it up. So go over to Complete Racing Solutions and check out some of the stuff that Coach is up to. Epic Garage Designs. If you're just tired of being disorganized in your garage, hit up Epic Garage Designs. Flooring, racks, cabinets. Look badass for a reasonable price. EpicGarageDesigns.com. So if the West Series was just 3 more rounds, it is only 3 more rounds, 2 of which are outdoors and they're East-West shootouts. Big point swings can be made at these rounds. It's not over for Jordan Smith. It's not over for RJ Hampshire. Joe, it's probably over. Marchbanks, unless he could get a win, I don't see him getting in the mix either. And while he's been amazing, he's so big on that at 250. I want Marchbanks to go 450. I think he can be one of those guys who can be there for the next 10 years. And I think he could be a podium guy in 450s. Marchbanks can be a podium guy in that 450 class. And I'll be honest with you, I think if he can stay at Club MX, that team is leveling up. They know what they're doing over there. And a lot of people call them a second tier team or people deserve a factory ride. No. Just Yamaha. Give them more support. They've got all the tools and they're better at developing talent than a lot of these other teams. Give them more support. Don't bother trying to take a guy like Marchbanks and put him on a different team. He's got a formula that works. Yamaha, give Club MX more support. We saw some good rides out of the rookies this year. Ryder DeFrancisco hasn't showed his potential, but man, I'm telling you, it's still his rookie season. Ryder D is going to be a good pro rider. And as a few of these guys move out, as Kitchen goes out, you're going to see Ryder D. He will get it together. So bear with him. He's a rookie. That happens to these kids. Julian Bomer has showed speed. He's ran up front. He's done everything you kind of ask of a rookie. The question is, are either of these guys going to get podiums? I actually said Bomer would at the beginning of the year, but with 2 East-West shootouts, I don't know about that. There's a lot of really fast guys. When you mix the East-West together, that talent gets deep. So maybe they're not getting podiums this year, but both guys are on their way to very successful careers. Ride Strapped. That's the website, ridestrapped.com. They've got goggles, glasses, the coolest shirts. Hit up Ride Strapped. They definitely support me and they support the sport and everything that's good about it. If you're shipping anything using a truck and you're tired of getting jerked around, call Precision Transport. They have customer service, reasonable prices. It's a family-owned business. They are good people. So hit up pretransport.com if you're shipping anything. All right, I warned you guys. So this is about to get a little bit dark. This is along the lines of P. Diddy and the way that a lot of these big corporations control power and, they use CIA tactics to control people, manipulate people. So if you don't like any of the dark stuff, you like the unicorns, rainbows, and flowers, just shut it off. So I'm going to give you the opportunity right now. Don't tell me, I'm all negative, blah, blah, blah. This is about to be negative and it's pretty gnarly. If you look at the people in power of this sport, the Coombs family, MX Sports, Feld, they have a history of using the same tactics that Epstein, P. Diddy, and these other companies use. Davey Coombs, when I came out and told everyone they had a sex offender renting golf carts at Loretta Lynn's, did he come out and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened? No, he came out and actually defended the family and protected it, which that's alarming to me. That is very alarming. And it's along the same lines of what all these other businesses are doing. They understand if you get leverage on people, the CIA has 3 types of, they describe personalities as everyone has 3 types.
Private life, secret life.
Your public, your personal, and your secret. If people can get your secret life, they will use it against you. They absolutely do. You don't think a lot of these families the legends of the things that go on at Loretta Lynn's, the debauchery. You're trying to tell me there's not been some, don't do this or else. And they also threaten. We all love this sport in a passion. They use that against us with threats of, you'll be banned from the sport. You'll never be anything in the sport. It keeps people allowing scumbags to exist. How many times have teams, I can't even tell you the amount of times that I've heard of fraud going on when it comes to sponsors and money and just the way it's just stolen. Look at how Forrest Butler and that team existed for so long. How many riders did they not pay? Nobody said a word. Coombs understands, okay, if I have something on people, I can get them to do what I want. Why do you think that they allow for MX Sports and Feld to take so much of the profit? Because there's no leverage. It makes me wonder how many of these executives that show up at Loretta Lynn's have been caught in this debauchery and are going along with this because, I mean, shoot, Davey even allowed a known sex offender in Kevin Walker to come back to the ranch and race around children. That's disgusting to me. And, he was caught filming in a bathroom, children. And then you're going to allow that guy back at the ranch where children are supposed to be protected and running around and just developing and learning and having a good time without the risk of being, having these life-changing assaults, or these things change people for the rest of their life. You can't even allow these people around children's events. And they prey on sports, especially sports where people are chasing a dream and it takes money to get there. They dangle that. They manipulate people. Unfortunately, the powers that be, MX Sports, the Coombs, and Feld, they kind of allow this to happen. Feld has a history. Look it up. They have a history of allowing pedophiles in the circus. They are a part of this Hollywood entertainment mix. They understand the formula on how to control big business. And it's dirty. It is dirty, people. And if you don't think it exists in our sport, you're sadly mistaken. My point is just speak up. Do not allow them to do this stuff. Do not stay quiet. If you see fraud going on, by the way, Bobby Hewitt of the Triumph team, I need to talk to you. There's some definite fraud going on around your team with some people, and I need some more information on it. I don't have enough to come publicly with it, but I need to talk to you, Bobby Hewitt. I've messaged you on Instagram, and I've tried to reach out to you. I asked multiple people around you for your number, so I know you've heard from me. Hit me up before, I don't want to accidentally get you involved in something that you're probably not involved in. It's not an accident that Davey Coombs is in motocross media, that he has his hooks into almost every site. Why do you think Feld was so quick to partner with him? They understood the leverage he has around this industry, because when you talk dollar for dollar, MX Sports and Feld don't add up. Davey always likes to say, oh, we're just a small company. But he has built the perfect infrastructure to control narratives and send propaganda. They've recognized this. Obviously, they've been around it with the circus business and these other businesses. They understand, okay, this guy's got his hooks into manufacturers and people around the sport. They understand it. So all I have to tell people is keep your eyes open. Be careful. These creepy people exist in our sport, and the only way to stop them is to speak up. In this whole, that's the way it's always been. That needs to change, guys. That needs to change. If you see these scumbags like Forrest Butler, Matt Walker, and these people who do things that are really shady, you can't just accept it. Don't accept it. It's not how it should be, and it's not how it is. And the only way to fix it is to speak up, let people know. If people know that they're not protected, and when they do this stuff, they will be uncovered, they'll stop doing it. All right, guys. Thanks for everything. If you can, check out my MMA channel. Really growing that one. I love MMA. Those are the two sports that I love. Motocross, Supercross, and mixed martial arts, UFC. That channel it's going really well. I've had some really good feedback on it. If you like that sport, or if you just appreciate what I do here, please head over there and subscribe. And thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow with the futures wrap-up.